take a look at how packed this stadium is, especially when Sudur Paschim Royals play. There's not a seat available for love or money. All seats taken. They're packed to the rafters, really enjoying themselves. Nice to see everyone who come here have a team to support. A lot of support for the Biratnagar Kings as well, as we see Scott Kugelheim from the Chobar Hills. 15th match, 25 wickets, very good economy, 1 5-wicket haul, and they'll be really looking for him to deliver this evening. Straight away off the mark. Oh, that needed a direct hit. They needed a direct hit, and just get the feeling that Arjun Saud would be on his way back had he struck the stumps.
If you want to take on a fielder's arm, you won't choose Harry for that. Lucky to be still there. He's got a record of direct hits, consecutive direct hits. And he's rapid across the turf. Got to the ball in a flash. Got rid of it immediately as well. 9 out of 10 times he finds the stumps. Missed this time around. South survives to tell the tale.
The last person you'd want to risk a run to will be Dipendra Singh Ahiri. And if he gets a wicket or a run out, the celebration is what the crowd come here to see. Nicely bowled, tucks him up for room, but they'll still get the single. This is good running. In T20 cricket, you need urgency such as this.
Arjun has been on the receiving end on 2 consecutive deliveries. First, it was his own call. Second time, Malan called him. Scott Kugelheim, a wicket taker. He's rapid. I won't be surprised if he's amongst the wickets today as well.
He certainly can turn up the heat. Just gets the ball to rise from a length. Good hard length by him here. I've seen his father play, surprisingly, Akash, many years ago. Scott Kugelheim. I remember at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, Richard Hadley needed 1 wicket to go ahead of Dennis Lilly. And Arun Lal was caught by Kugelheim off the bowling of Richard Hadley. And I just walked into the stadium, that's what I saw, and I can still remember that.
You don't look that old.
It was 1988.
I was only 11 years old back then. How old were you at that time? Another single. And that's what they're doing. They're taking a single of every ball that they played in this over. 4 singles to start the Kugelheim over.
Nicely bowled in that block hole. Always difficult. Slight tail in to the left-hander. Yeah, just to answer your question, I was all of 15 years old. And as a 15-year-old cricketer in age group cricket, I'm sure you would have got it as well. We get 1 pass to come there and watch a match, which we did. And I walked in and I saw that catch at 3rd slip. Dug nicely, beautifully struck this. Hit that one bounce over the boundary cushions. He's really looking good after that innings the other evening, Arjun Saud. 499 boundaries in the tournament so far. None better than this.
4 singles followed by a boundary. And this time, Ansel Super 4 has come courtesy. Arjun picking the length quite quickly. Just swiveled. Didn't really go deep inside the crease. Trusted the bounce and the pace. An important boundary.
He picked it really early and put it away in front of square. This time in the air, over the top, will be boundary as well. Oh, that's nicely stopped. Nicely pulled in by the fielder at 3rd. Well, in pursuit of 170 after 2. 13 for none. Before we just take a look at that boundary check, the umpire just wants to make sure. pretty good to me. There it is, that back foot. Oh, jeez. Just an effort in vain. Just wait for the third umpire's confirmation. There it is, a boundary signal and the right one as well. After two, the Rhinos 17 for none. Just not coming onto the bat. We've seen this happen on multiple occasions in the game so far. Just a little dry, the surface in the afternoon, but with the dew here, perhaps would come on a little better. Suit David Malan. Oh, jeez, what a throw it is. And just wait for the celebration. There it is, the very famous somersault. Dipendra Singh Airi, you little beauty. Don't take a chance when the ball is anywhere close to that man. Dipendra Singh Airi is the name.
Well, it was his own call. David Malan knew what he was doing. Quick across the turf, and look at that. One stump to aim at. Red Bull energetic moment of the match. And this cartwheel. My visit to Kathmandu is worth it now. David Malan dismissed for 6, a direct hit by the captain.
You need pieces of brilliance there to get rid of someone like David Malan. Saif Zaid, who's one of the best players in the tournament, was the player of the tournament in the first season. A lot of work for him to do, a little bit of turn, a little bit of bounce as well. But how good was this piece of fielding of your own bowling? Just take a look at this piece of brilliance.
Lo and behold, this is incredible stuff.
Well, that'll be some runs as well, couple of them. Just a single. But just take a look at the celebration after that throw, Akash.
This is brilliant. You're in the wrong sport, sir. I mean, direct hit, the movement across the turf, and then the cartwheel. He's a gymnast.
A good over this. A run and the run out. 18 for 1, the Rhinos. Well, they certainly have the moves. They know how to jive. They've got the timing right. The DJ is belting out their favorite tunes. I'm just a little serious there. Perhaps they're cheering for the Rhinos. But at the moment, the Sudhir Paschim Royals with their noses in front. Arjun saw the wicket keeper. A lot of work for him. and Zeb together. Take a look at the section of the crowd there. These are the new stadium that's built around. Oh, beautifully struck this. Really gorgeous shot. Just relied on timing and gets the result that he desired.
501 boundaries this season of the NPL. Hit a boundary in the previous over as well. That was slightly short. This one was almost like a pickup shot. Once again drifting down the leg side, Scott Kugelheim. Will have to either starts from slightly outside off or get his field positions right, but this is surreal in a sense. I mean, look at the crowd.
Nicely bowled, tucks him up, nice hard length. Yeah, you're right, absolutely. It is surreal here. I was told that these were all grassed banks last year, and they've put up these permanent structures, the stands, making it convenient for the spectators. There you see it in the background. They were all grassed banks earlier. Now they're properly constructed seats there for the paying public to come and enjoy some of the best cricket that they'll ever get to see. Lovely, really good bowling this. Experience to the fore. Scotty Kugelheim mixing it up a little bit.
Change of pace, the off-spin variation. It gripped the surface a little. And thank God there was no Dipendra Singh Gary getting to the ball.
Absolutely, I mean, he was a little cross with his partner. Arjun saw saying, what is going on? We don't need another run out. Along with these magnificent facilities here, Akash, are the floodlights as well. We didn't have them last year. Nicely bowled, really nicely bowled. And just take a look at these lights. These were not there last year. They used to play really early in the morning and in the afternoon. Now the public after work can come and get a sight of this beautiful facility at the night time.
And not just the paying public, actually. You talk about the players, the Nepalese players more so. It's all international cricket at T20 format happens at night. So you really want to get used to playing under lights. Otherwise, you find it really difficult when you reach the world stage, an ICC knockout event.
Down the track and just grasped that opportunity, and Dipendra saying, I can't do it, no one will.
Got the bottom of the bat. Was catchable. Should have been caught. Didn't have enough power in the shot.
Good end to the over. Just the 4 runs off it. In pursuit of 170, the Rhinos 22 for 1. They've lost back-to-back games against the Kathmandu Gorkhas and Janakpur Bolts, and that'll be hurting them because Janakpur Bolts is languishing at the bottom of the table. So you were expected to beat a team like Janakpur Bolts, made it a little difficult for yourselves against the Sudh Pashchim Royals, and then they have the Pokhara Avengers on the 6th of December to finish off their campaign in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2025. You're in season 2 and things are really looking good and hotting up in the tournament as we come to the business end of things. The third over for the skipper. This time, just pulling back.
He's almost terrorizing the batters. If it is anywhere close to Dipender Singh Eri, under normal circumstances, you'll just jog to the crease. But if he is around, you sprint, you gallop.
Down the ground, straight to the man. Scotty Kugelheim, the fielder there, he's not going to miss out those opportunities. A relatively easy catch, a regulation catch, and Dipender Singh Eri in the thick of things once again.
Got the bottom of the bat one more time. Got a reprieve. Dipender Singh Eri was the guy who couldn't hold on to the catch. The same combination, actually. Scott Kugelheim was the bowler then. This time he's the catcher. Dipender Singh Eri once again in the thick of action. Arjun dismissed for 16.
Ravi Bopara in the house. 14 matches, 134, strike rate 493 runs, 650s. That 66 against the Lions was really a very good innings under very tough circumstances. There is a slip in place. Straight away off the mark is Ravi Bopara. A lot depends on him. But I actually just wanted to ask you a question. In a crunch game like this, would you rather bat first, put the runs on the board, and put the match completely out of the reach of the batting team who come in and chase? Or would you like to just assess the situation, consider the due, and try and set a total?
I think the conditions. It is likely to be easier to chase, irrespective of the stage where you find yourself in. You choose to bowl first if you get the opportunity and chase it. Of course, you need to back yourself to chase totals, right? Yes, there will be some amount of pressure of the scoreboard. Like in this case, of course, you're chasing nearly 170. But then so be it. If you don't win, you don't chase it down. You don't deserve to qualify, do you?
Down the track. We'll take the single to end the fifth over. The Chitwan Rhinos, after 5, 25 for 2.
Openers back in the dugout in the chase for the Rhinos. Moment of magic by Dipender started that for them. What a run out at the bowler's end to break the stumps. Just 1.5 stumps to aim at. And Irie has always produced magic. Arjun Saud looking very good in his 16 and 15. He's trying to go for the big shot. Perished. Good to see. Zeb promoted in the batting order and a very crucial chase. Very good evening, HT Ackerman.
Good evening, Mikhail. They're just such a difficult side to beat, aren't they? Well, this is a nice little story. Hikmat Mahara coming into the side for the first time. Local lad from Sudur Pashkim.
Yeah, it's a lovely story, Hikmat Mahara. And I have to bring it to the audience and to you as well. Done exceedingly well. We'll take a look at this delivery once again. He beat the speed contest by bowling 131 kilometers per hour, and he got sponsored for training at the NCA. In fact, he's bowled to Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul as well. He is an iconic player. whom they found in the talent hunt. He won that and now he's in the playing 11. What a story.
Yeah, the Royals, they did this exactly the same thing last year. As soon as they're in the qualifiers, they give other opportunities to their squad players, particularly for this young man to get this opportunity. I mean, he might get another game if they win this one, but you might find they go back to someone like Dami later on in the competition, who's had a good competition so far.
Sliced, gave the charge, and they'll run away for a 4. You'd want to believe that both these batters may just try taking on the arm of the youngster and put him on under some kind of pressure here. Not a bad idea if the Rhinos need to find a move on.
A little change to the batting order as well, with Dev Kunal sliding down, so the Rhinos obviously acknowledge that they need, arguably or debatably, their best 2 players at the wicket now. I mean, no disrespect to Dawid Malan, we know he's a sensational player, but these 2 have been here last year, tasted success. They're here again, Bapara and Saif Zaid.
Oh, he's miscued this one. Nice shot delivery, caught the batter by surprise, and it's been bounced. He gets his man, he gets his maiden wicket in his very first over, Hikmat Bara, and it's a lovely story playing out for the youngster. What an evening here for this boy.
Brilliant. These are the moments. This is why these leagues are put together, for these moments. A young man plucked from obscurity has now got rid of a prospective England international in Saif Zaid. He goes for 6, it's 30 for 3.
As often said, the comebacks are so important. Kushal Malla, what an outing for the captain here. What a big game as well. In a must-win from here on. Decided to field first, now chasing 170, 30 for 3. 3 top-order batters back in the dugout, slip in place for the left-handed batter. Good captaincy by Dipendra Singh Airi. And this young boy, Hikmat Mahara, is fired up. It's a good surface. I want to believe almost 165 was chased in the previous game. They lost by 13, 170 under lights.
That skipped on. Yeah, new pitch. Pitch number 6. First time it's being used today. And as has been the case in every single match that's been played on a new pitch, we've seen some high scoring games. They get, when I say they get progressively worse, that I don't mean they get bad, but they get progressively a little tougher to bat on as the traffic takes its toll and the sun in the afternoon and the lack of opportunity to put moisture in the pitch.
Yeah, he's showing good signs, this youngster. Oh, they're hitting the stumps this evening. Needless. That'll concede an extra run. Ideally, you'd want to keep the new batter on strike. But both are new at the moment. That's how the story has panned out. Now, I really like this entire approach of Hikmat Mahara. HD. Just the way he came back after being hit for a 4.
Getting a little excited there. It's the man who took the catch. Might have shake.
Slashed hard, and that will clatter into the Toblerones. Short and wide. Kushal Malla says, thank you very much. Just the ball I need. to feel good early in my innings. 36 for 3, we are done with the power play. Was full and wide. He comes back with a short ball.
बड़ा होगा वगैरह हाँ
Match number 24 in progress. 6 overs done. Power play out of the equation. And here is Harmeet Singh. What a tournament he's having for the Sudur Paschim Royals. Wickets, runs, catches. He's doing everything right. He had a great career so far in the Nepal Premier League. It's quality versus quality when you see Harmeet bowling to Bopara. Just the contest makes it so interesting, HD.
And every time Harmeet comes, you know it's a critical period. That when he comes on to bowl, if the opposition want any chance of winning, they can't afford for him to get in the wickets column more than twice. And also, he's very economical. And there's a reason behind that. So you don't try and take him down by taking him for 50 or 60. You know that if you've played Harmeet Singh very well, he's gone for 30. And you've played him well.
Malla will certainly have a thing or two running in his mind to take on the left-arm spinner with the turn coming into him. Harmeet, in all the games, has accounted for a wicket, but only one he's missed out, and that being the last. And the minimum he's taking in each match is at least 2 wickets. That's been his impact. Particularly against the right-handers, I believe. He's had a good outing. Try getting some numbers to show how much of an impression he's made. Turn on offer when you toss it up. Harmeet Singh versus right-handed batters in NPL 2025 between 7 to 5. Yeah, he's got a heap of wickets there. Yeah, he'll mix it up. Nicely played in the gap. You push for 2 if you run better, but strong arm of Kugaline, he'll keep it to 1.
Here's the matchup. Kushal Malla, the left-hander facing the left-arm spinner. Now, Harmeet Singh will still back himself to get rid of the captain of the Rhinos. But this might be an opportunity that Kushal Malla looks at and say, you know what, if my team's going to win this game, if we're going to get any further in this competition, I might be the one to have to take on Harmeet Singh.
Nicely played. Plays it late. Couple of runs here. You can see a deliberate ploy here by Harmeet, not to really give it a lot of air or get it too close. He's just trying to keep it wide.
And if he gets it in and around off stump and it's too full, he'll disappear over long on or deep mid-wicket. So drag that length back.
A bit of a misfield, and it goes for a 4. Kugaline has set very high standards for himself in the field. Just a minor blip here, but like you rightly pointed out, HD, anything close in that slot, Malla will go after it. 9 runs coming off over number 7, 45 for 3. Yeah, it's been a mix of spin and pace here for Dipendra Singh Airi. He began proceedings, got Kugaline, then he brings another seamer, brings a spinner and Harmeet. Now what a start for this young boy. things. Not impressed, Ravi Bopara over there. Almost pressed the abort button. Oh, the side screen, that's illuminated. Now it goes dark. Just the right time to head down to Jess Crew. I believe she has someone special alongside her. Take it away, Jess.
That's right, I'm joined here by Josh Brown. Josh, an excellent start for the Royals so far. What have you made of it here tonight?
Yeah, the boys have been unreal. Like, I haven't got as many runs as I would have liked, but that's just cricket. But no, they've done well. Put a nice score on the board, so hopefully our bowlers do the job there.
Of course, you've had a very successful competition overall as a team. What's been key to that success, do you think?
I'd say probably our bonding. Like, we've bonded really quick as a team. You know, we've got some unbelievable local talent, which is, I think, I can't speak too much, but I think that they're probably the best locals that we've got.
Great stuff. And I've heard a lot about that team bonding and how well you've gelled together. Are there any main guys in the team who have been sort of the main focus of that?
Well, DP has been big on it. Obviously, Linny, you know, that's one of his big values as well. Is like the quicker you get the team together, the better it's going to be in the long run.
Of course, and we've seen the crowd come in, game out, in numbers. Obviously, very, very big Royal supporters here as well. How nice has it been to feel the support on the pitch?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, even just standing here before the interview, they started yelling out to me, and I'm not even playing. So when you're out there, it's an amazing atmosphere. So shout out to the Sudapasian fans.
And with 170 on the board tonight, was the team pretty confident stepping out and defending that?
Yeah, with the way our bowlers have been going, like, obviously it's a pretty nice wicket, so, you know, T20 is one of those games. Hopefully all it takes is one person to come off.
Of course, well, great work and all the best for you and the team.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you. Back to the comms.
Thanks, Jess. No way is Josh Brown coming out to field. HT with the beanie and the jacket out there. I just wonder, has he been summoned rather to go there to field for some time? He'll say, no, I'm in the finer confines of my dugout.
Must be a bit chilly out there.
A nice short delivery there. Got to direct it really well if you're getting it. Talk about the well-directed bouncer.
Yeah, Mala does tend to press on that front foot, so nothing wrong with just seeing what may happen. But it was a good height as well. Any lower than that, and the left-hander will have a flap at it.
Wow, what an effort. That man, Arif Sheikh, just taken a catch sometime back. But look at that for commitment and agility. That's the toughest position to field in.
Goes in clean as well.
Wow, that's good.
Nice.
Something about the Royals. Not just this season, last season as well. Slower delivery, good change of pace. He's only going to get better, this boy, Hikmat Mara.
Quite a nice action as well, doesn't he? Nice economical run-up, good gather. It's not a mixed action or anything where you look at it and think, well, could stay injury-free for a while. I say for a while because it's not a mixed action, a nice side-on action.
Change in the field. Deep third comes into the circle. Deep mid-wicket, long gone, deep backward square leg, long off and deep backward point here for Mara. Another slower delivery, good change of pace and a very good tidy over as well. Just the 3 runs coming off it. 48 for 3. Great scenes, full house, lovely evening, yeah. We've seen some wonderful cricket on display as well. And if you want to catch all the action, all you need to do is just download and subscribe to the Dish Home Go app, the official OTT streaming platform of the Nepal Premier League 2025. It's streaming worldwide except India. So if you're anywhere outside of India, you know your destination. It's the Dish Home Go app. Well, he's has always been a revelation with the ball. Can be very understated and underrated is Avinash Bohra, but he's accumulated the wickets this season as well. Great economy, 4 for 30 is best, and sometimes I feel he's Iri's go-to man. Can hear the call, 2-2-2. Nicely fielded, we'll keep it to 1.
It almost looks innocuous, doesn't it? But the man's got 11 wickets over the course of the tournament. And that he's used almost at the back end of the innings as well, when there are the possibilities to take wickets when the chase is on. But bowls a good Yorker. So he's got tremendous skill. Lacks a little bit of pace, but makes up in skill. 4 for 30 against the Bolts. An ever improving bowling performance.
Yeah, and he's been amongst wickets in every game. I had a chat with Dipendra Singh Airi at the presentation when Bohra put up a good bowling performance. He said, today I'm even more happy because I've categorically stated to Bohra that you're my death over specialist and you need to win me games, and he's done just that. Just goes to show how much the captain banks on players like Bohra.
Four for 30 against the Bolts. He was helped by some good catching. So great variations of pace. That was a good Yorker. It's that variation of pace at the back end of the innings that sees him reap the rewards.
That single, the 50 also coming up in the 9th over. Yeah, you come to play the Harmeet Singhs and the Scott Kugelines, and he walks away with a back full of wickets to lead the pack.
That's why you're often described as a bowling unit. Every single bowler complements each other. Some attacks will be all the same. Batters get used to that. Kugeline does well. Comes off the boundary to prevent the overthrow. You can have an attack which has got 4 seamers and they all bowl with nice clean actions, seam up. Batters get used to that and someone gets taken down. But when you've got different bowlers, so you've got a Kugeline who's nice and tall, and you've got Harmeet Singh with his left arm spin, gives it a bit of air. Dipendra Singh Airi off spin, nice and flat, gets through his overs quickly. And then you've got Bohra here, who a bit round arm, not so quick, but nice little variations of pace. All very different.
He skied this one. Kugeline watches it go over his head. He may have got the toe end of the bat for a brief moment, Bopara, but he's got enough on it as well. And after 12 deliveries, the Rhinos find the boundary. And that's a good hit and a good way to end over number 9. 57 for 3. Yeah, that's our Presidential Graduate School Platinum Cap Leaderboard, showcasing the tournament's leading run scorers. Courtesy centuries, Rossington and Mark Watt on top there at number 1 and number 2, but breathing down their neck is Ravi Bopara. Class act with the bat, the Rescue Ranger. And across NPLs, he's been a dream. 505, over 500 runs. He's just increasing the gap between 1, 2, and 3. What a performer he's been. Some edge there. Dr. Ishan Pandey comes on to bowl.
Never easy. They either go in or they go out.
Taken. It's Irie once again. Tonight in the field, he's been a live wire, and Dr. Ishan Pandey strikes.
Anywhere in Irie's vicinity and you're in trouble. I mean, he makes this catch look very, very simple, and it's not. That it's a huge wicket here as the captain of the Rhinos, Kushal Mala, is dismissed for 15. They're stumbling here, the Rhinos, 57 for 4.
Yeah, there's a tap on the watch that also indicates that we'll be heading into our expert education strategic timeout. Have a massive fan base here tonight, and as always, this ground is filled to the brim each time they play a match. It's a sea of yellow, cauldron of noise, and frenzied fans taking over each time the Royals are making an impact. Not a bad time to sip over some hot coffee, cold weather, wintry fields. The weekend round the corner, no strategy for the fans out here. It's just fun, entertainment, and a lot of music with some great cricket on display. What an evening. What a match. Rhinos on the back foot. Dave Connell, a bit of a demotion in his batting order. A couple of 20s in the last games. That strike rate will need a facelift. And at the moment, they're staring down the barrel in a very important game.
The problem here is that we're at 10.5 to the over the required rate, and we haven't even reached 10 overs, so that net run rate can climb very quickly, that required rate. And if you only need 10 and over for the last 5, it's manageable. Yet again, it lies in the hands of Ravi Bopara. Too often.
Yeah, that's been the story, right? It's been all the other teams, not against the Rhinos, but against Bopara.
missed a few here.
It's gone big, and that's really big. And Bopara has decided he can't be hanging around without making an impact in the middle. And the only way forward is to put the pressure back on the fielding side. Good hit.
Good hit. Siddhartha Bank. Maximum. Yeah, with a spin. And that's the area of the ground that Bopara will go with the spin. Unless, of course, it's over pitch, then he fancies straight down. He's a smart cricketer, this guy. He doesn't just give it away. Normally follows a boundary with a single, keeps the strike.
Nicely put, a quicker one. Just a bit cross with himself, Bopara. 7 runs and the wicket of Kushal Malla coming in over number 10 at 64 for 4.
Well, just 7 runs in theory separate the sides at the halfway stage, but there's a lot more to this tale because Harmeet Singh still has 3 overs to bowl. Dipender Singh Hari has been everywhere, bat, ball in the field. He may as well be in the crowd with the amount he's doing, cheering his side on. And the Rhinos are left with it all to do. 106 required to win. And it's going to take a Ravi Bopara masterclass and support from Dev Kanal and Amar Singh Ratela to follow to give the Rhinos any hopes at all. Andrew Leonard here with Carlos Brathwaite for the next 5 overs. Feels like it's only trending in one direction, the way of the men in yellow, Carlos. Can Bopara give us a real show under these floodlights in front of a capacity crowd?
Unfortunately for the Rhinos, I don't think Bopara can do it alone. I still think it's too stiff a task. You're talking 10s and over for the last 10 overs. Bopara's faced 13 balls, so you'd say he's in. He's had no support at all. Harmeet Singh, international bowler, taking the ball away from 2 right-handers. Bopara would definitely need some support from the other end.
Clever bowling, intentionally pushed out there. Mix up between the 2 batters. They might have been able to get back for 2 had they initially been looking for it. Singh is at an incredible 2025, hasn't he? And you'd think that he will be someone who'll light up that T20 World Cup next year against India and Pakistan in Group A. Skews off an outside edge. He should get the 2 this time comfortably enough. There's another man who's going to light up that T20 World Cup next year.
Yeah, the thing, Dipender Singh, we know what he can do. I think by now the rest of the world knows it, but you look back to David Malan in this innings alone, tucking it into the leg side, thinking that it was a simple single. It's never a simple single when Dipender Singh is around. I think after the World Cup, I'm calling it now, they have 2 of these in the World Cup at least, where he just appears to be bowler and short mid-wicket at the same time and run out a couple of batters. I'm calling 2, with the flip and the celebration to boot.
Ball taking him on, chance! Oh, could have been gone. It all happened in a blur. On 2x, 3x speed. Was a direct hit out? We'll find out in a moment. 70 for 4. right now, the Worms might look pretty tight together. The problem is, the Rhinos already 4 down, and there was a real surge from firstly Lynn and then Arif Sheikh and Depender Singh Airi to drive that total up to 169. The Rhinos are left with it all to do. They've got just the right man at the crease, Ravi Bapara. Just wonder how close that previous final delivery of the previous over was. Puneet Mehra is going to bowl a few left arm orthodox. The two right-handers at the crease. Will be slow left arm from both ends. Lost his footing completely. Friendly delivery to start with, gets away with it. How close would this have been, and how's Airi made it into a chance?
Yeah, hanging on the circle, and then in a flash he's there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably would have been out. Disgusted himself.
Sometimes a ball is so bad it's hard to put away. And Puneet Mehra's bowled 2 of those in a row, and Bapara probably would have been thinking 4-6, bang bang, but misses out on both.
I think it was HD was speaking early in this game or the previous game about how different it is in white ball versus test cricket. That is an absolute long hop. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a bad ball.
Inside out goes Canal. Chance put down. Not easy, running away from his body. I think it's Deepak Bahara there, who's made good ground in from deep extra. Gets a hand on it, but never really looked like he was going to hold on.
Yeah, it was in a little bit of a vortex there. Long off thought he had a chance. Short extra cover thought he had a chance. And it fell to the sweeper. Maybe he stopped a little too soon. Needed to take another couple steps and then push off. It fell short, literally.
Good diving stop. Excellent work off his own bowling. Every over that goes by without a boundary now, with the required run rate approaching 12s, is going to make the Rhinos' task ever more difficult. It should skid away. Get very close to the rope. Will get there. Breaks that sequence of 11 balls without a boundary. Mehra doesn't look happy, but I tell you, this over could have gone for 20. It's only gone for 7.
And I think this is one of the better balls he's bowled. He slowed it up. His outside off almost created a chance. But when you get away with 2 filthy long hops and then your best ball get carved for 4, you charge to the game and you move on.
Going to get out of his over with only 8 coming off it. Could have been a lot worse for the Royals. It's 78 for 4. Mr. Gaida, the Chitwan Rhino, bringing the moves, buzzing up the crowd. He's going.
He's got some moves on him. The electric on the field and off the field.
Two really important overs, these two, because Harmeet Singh has been, well, close to untouchable all season. Can't really afford just to knock him about for 6 or 7. Required run rate 11.5. Problem is, you try to attack him, you bring in wicket-taking opportunities. Can they take on Irene for the single? Direct hit is going to make it interesting. He just doesn't seem to miss, and understandably, Durga Subedi says we better go upstairs. This might be closer than it first looked. Irie at it again.
Yeah, it felt as though Ravi Gopal was just teasing him, just goading him a little bit. I wouldn't risk that with the Dipendra Singh Irie. Got away on this occasion, but it isn't the wisest thing to do.
Oh, majestic work again from the one and only Dipendra Singh Irie. He'll race away and race away quickly. Oh, Pandey gets himself in a muddle, but does enough. Canal thinks of the third. Probably just as well they turn it down. Might just want to have another look at this. Carlos, this partnership really has to grow, doesn't it? 22 off 17 at the moment. It's got to be worth, what, 70, 80, 90 to get the Rhinos into it.
Yeah, and it has to be done at a decent clip. You need to press gas at the moment. You can tell a little bit of a rebuilding phase, but with the scoring would be incredible. We're getting very close to 12s. Can't rebuild for too long.
Really good shot. Significant extension of the arms at the last second to get there with the reach and to intentionally get it up and over cover. Outstanding batting.
There's a quality shot. Shows his experience. Knows he'll spin. Waited on it. And then just turned the wrist at the last moment to get it over extra cover and into that pocket. Instead of just slapping it to the sweeper for one. He wanted a boundary. And he needs another boundary in this over. At least one more.
Here we are, the Omoda and JQ's new JQ J5. This is the real SUV. Pulled, but protection out there. You can almost just feel that a couple of good overs will give them a chance. They're well behind where they need to be, but whilst Babara's at the crease, they're in this game.
Yeah, they need something quickly. We'll continue that chat in the next over. 13 are gone, 87 for 4.
Marvellous atmosphere, really is. DJ's been spinning his magic, keeping the crowd going, who are loving every second. Not a soul is left because this game is still very much in the balance. Abhinesh Bahara did have the golden cap on his head just a couple of days ago before Sandeep Lamachane took it back off him. We've seen 7 bowlers used so far already. No real surprise, it's the end of Puneet Mehra after that one over.
But he's done his job. 2 right-handers, just slip it over in with the left arm spinner. If he bowls well, you give him a second one, but it looks as though this, if he'd been given a second one, it could have gone the distance. So he's been dragged out of the attack quite quickly.
Just be a single.
I think this is an important over. You spoke the last over about, getting your foot on the accelerator and getting a couple of big overs. But you can't wait until it's over 18 and 19. By then the game might have been done. You almost need to take a couple of risks in an over like this. this second over, pace on the ball. Can you make this a 12-13 run over and get a little bit of momentum going into the back end?
Yeah, and Ganesh Kunwar was very vocal in one of the press conferences for the tournament, explaining that he doesn't feel he's just a death bowler. He feels he can bowl at any phase of the innings, and he will adjust his lengths naturally then to try and challenge. Whether it's in the middle overs here, won't bowl the new ball. It's probably the one time he won't bowl, but doesn't just bowl the Yorkers that he's known for, known as the Yorker King domestically here. He's actually swung the ball quite nicely from a good length. Dev Canal, he's really trying, but not getting anything going at the moment. Just the one boundary in his 13 balls.
Yeah, singles will win you the game if you're the Royals, not so much if you're the Rhinos. Where are your boundary options? Low, skiddy trajectory. So these situations where you give yourselves little triggers. The power is quite short, so that's fine. He can just do his natural thing. Dev Canal a little bit taller. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, force yourself to do it. Stay a little bit lower. Bend your knees a little bit lower to get under it.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, Carlos, because where are the boundary options? So, because of the pace that Bahar is bowling at, he's got third and short fine up in the circle, so there's so much protection down the ground, which is where you get good reward. And then for the one, let's say the off cutter or the one bowled into the surface, you want to come across it. The man out at deep backward square is actually a long way behind square, and then deep mid wickets out there too. So there's plenty of ones and a couple of twos on offer, just not sure where the boundaries are coming from. That creates a chance. Harmeet Singh it is who nestles underneath it and does enough. He starved them of the boundary options, and he gets his reward and sends Bopara off with a kiss.
Good bowling, good build-up of pressure, getting a good length. Bopara trying to find that boundary, advancing down. And Harmeet Singh taking an easy catch. Disappointment for Bopara. I feel as though he was the last hope. It's not done. Feels very close to be. 29 for Bopara, 90 for 5 the Rhinos.
Chance at a bit of redemption for Amar Singh Ratela, because he didn't have a great time of things out there in the field, including a crucial drop catch of Dipender Singh Ari. Does have a better strike rate than many of the domestic batters. Up at 144, he's going to need to advance even that, with the required run rate now being 12.5 and over. As Ganesh Kunwar's exceptional tournament continues, he rejoins Sandeep Lamachani up at the top. He's getting great reward for his consistency, his accuracy and his discipline, and Bopara just never really was able to line him up.
Yeah, there's a few little knuckle balls and slow balls, and he's one of those bowlers that he looked like he never quite get the pace of, and he dragged that length back, and look at the passion. Well deserved wicket.
Gets 4. He was in the game for a moment, drove Para sharp, but it's a favourite zone of Dev Canal's, whether along the ground or in the air. Over extra cover to the left of long off, it's 95 for 5. Here it is, the Agricanchi Cement Golden Cap leaderboard, showcasing the tournament's leading wicket takers, and it's a four-way tie at the top, separated, well, maybe by average and economy. Lamachani, then Shahab Alam with that six-for in the hat-trick, but Avanesh Bahara, he gets another one tonight, will take the Golden Cap back. 6 overs remain, 75 runs required. Harmeet Singh wicketless tonight. The ball is last.
Good to see fighting at the top of the bowling leaderboard. You see batting win you games and bowlers win you championships. I think that whichever one comes on top will go quite close for their team winning the tournament.
It's so encouraging as well, as Harmeet Singh does his best Irie impression, not quite at the same pace, is all four of those tied on the top, all Nepal players. All four have played for Nepal, Lamachani and KC currently, Alam reasonably recently in squads, and Bahara hasn't played since last year at the World Cup, so a lot of questions that those leading bowlers are asking of Stuart Law, saying, get me on the plane to Mumbai, get me down to that T20 World Cup in February. Comes off an outside edge, and Harmeet Singh is celebrating. I'm not sure why, because it'll be a couple of runs to the total. I think he thought he had his man.
They're now trying to go big again. I want to watch it a little longer, and the scurry was on. He got a down, he threw it. Had no idea where it went once it left his hand, but he knows. You get rid of it quickly, less chance of another run being taken by the batters.
Interesting field, isn't it? Deep extras being sent out. 3 men in the ring, a short third there, Bahara. A point and then a cover point, Irie.
Yeah, a lot of times if the batter is good enough to get the ball over extra cover, you almost limit that area, and you force them to try to go square.
The reality is that they're going to get the second comfortably here. Parashar remains on as a subfielder for Lynn. 100 comes up, but can they get 60, 65 off the final 5? We did see the Kings do that thanks to Bashir Ahmed. I think it was 67 they needed.
With half of the side gone, it's more of an uphill task, but you'd really want to be able to be chasing 60 off your last 5 if you want to win the tournament. Could they bat him better? Could they bat a little better, not be in this situation, but it should be salvageable. And that's 4 of them. It looks like it'll be 4 of them, and it will. Good innovation, good improvisation. Finishes the 15th with a boundary, 105 for 5.
Needed from 30 deliveries. It's going to take some doing. It's going to take a special innings. And I have a special man alongside me, Akash Chopra. Are we going to see some fireworks at the back end here?
Well, let's hope that we get to see some fireworks, and the responsibility is on this man, Dave. He's been around for 16 balls, had a partnership with Ravi Bopara. Now it's down to him. And down.
Couple of chances have gone down by this impressive Royals unit. None of them easy, but the expectations that they set themselves are high.
True, catching hasn't been that great throughout the day we have seen. First game, second game. The ball is still gripping though. That's an interesting one. We were expecting Dew to play a major role. The ball is still getting wiped off regularly. But this ball actually spun after pitching.
Just be a single. Interesting, when you talk to some of the players, Akash, they say that the dew does come in the second half of the second innings, but it doesn't really settle on the playing surface. They feel as that, yes, it's in the outfield, but it hasn't really had an effect on the playing surface, which is peculiar, really. Toe in there, and it's going to go for four. A little bit of confusion from the two men in the deep.
Some more effective Dew as well, because we saw a slide that wasn't meant to be. A half tracker inside half of the bat, but had enough. Rather the bottom half of the bat. Well, that was very poor attempt at stopping the ball.
You know, amazing, isn't it? Yet to see a ball get caught by one's feet. If you're gonna dive, go with your hands. Oh, interesting. Did the back foot come up? Dev Kunal seems to think that it was raised as he's making his way off the ground.
It came up for sure. Now, has the keeper timed it well? That's the question. Get down. Oh, it's going to be another one, I think, for the TV umpire to have a closer look at. That angle suggests out. This angle suggests out. I think the batter has also seen it, and he's almost all on his way out. It is the red signal. It's the OUT. That means another wicket has fallen. On Nelson, it's 1-1-1 for 6. Dev Kunwar dismissed for 28. Nelson struck 1-1-1 for 6. The man from Northampton, George Scrimshaw, has made his way to the wicket. He was impressive with ball in hand. He's going to have to be spectacular with bat in hand. It's not to be. He goes first ball. Another left-arm spinner is on a hat-trick. Is that kind of a day? Back-to-back wickets. First was Dev Kunwar, and now Scrimshaw yanked him. First the boot, then the stumps. Puneet Mehra. A fresh inclusion to the NPL. He's got 2 in 2. Hasn't disturbed the scorers, George Scrimshaw. It's 1-1-1 for 7. All the thousands that are in attendance here at the TU are being thoroughly entertained by their favourite side, the Royals. 5 from 5 they are. They're bordering on 6 from 6 as Kamal Singh Ayari, who didn't get a bowl, walks to the crease at number 9, and he's on a hat-trick. Slip in place. Goodness me, that was brave. We might have a run out. We're going to have a run out.
It's all happening here. It's not a hat trick. It's not a hat trick, but it is 3 and 3.
We call it a team hat trick. A 2 for Puneeth, 1 as a run out. First, an interesting choice of the shot when you're trying to save a hat trick. And then 2 batters on the same end. That's the end of the story. This game is finishing fast. 3 and 3, 2 for Puneeth, 1 as a run out. This is Amar Singh Rautela, dismissed for 9, 111 for 8. All right then, let's go.
One, back, one. Out.
Well, there would have been a scramble for pads because the Rhinos were 5 for 111, 6 for 111, 7 for 111, and now 8 for 111.
9 for 111. Rajan Thakal is the man on strike, known for his bowling, not so much for his batting. The number suggests as well the number at which he bats. Still 4 overs to go. This is that confirmation. 111 for 5, 111 for 8. This Nelson has claimed 3 already.
Tell me what it is all happening here. Don't leave your seats. They're trying desperately to get Bahara to the top of that wickets table as well. He's level with 3 other Nepali players.
Both were guilty of actually ball watching in the end. First ball swept it. The ball was actually within the stumps. Was a risky shot to play. And then both batters ended up on the same end. And that was the end of
A little amusing there with that run out, and that there was a feeling that Arif Sheikh thought that maybe the bails had been disturbed by the body rather than the ball, and so he just to make things certain, he removed the stump. But at that stage, we were trying to work out which batter was out. All right, 113 for 8. Don't go into your shells now, fellas. There's no prizes for second place. And that could be out as well.
We had a run out in the previous over. Might have another one now. Dipender Singh Aries team's ground fielding is top notch, throwing is brilliant, and that's the end, of course. One more bites the dust. So it's not 111 for 9, but it is 114 for 9. Wickets are tumbling now. Rajan Thakal had just come out, is now on his way out. 114 for 9 Rhinos.
Just a moment ago, the Rhinos were 5 down, and then we blinked, and they're 9 down. Ranjit Kumar is the final man who's made his way out into the middle. Avinash Bahara sits on 12 wickets for the tournament. He would love to tidy things up here. Just be a single down to fine leg. Our next gen pulsar power. The Bajaj Pulsar, explosive, fast, unstoppable. I'm not sure it's as fast as this game.
As impressive as the Royals for sure. They've been outstanding throughout the tournament.
Lovely stroke. Lovely stroke. Best place in the ground to hit it.
One bounce four down the ground. Was trying to bowl a Yorker, looking for another wicket. Avinash missed the mark by 6 to 10 inches, and that was enough for Kamal to collect a boundary.
Nudges that away on the leg side. Will pick up a single to keep the strike. 17 have been bowled. It's 120 for 9.
The last two. That's it.
Well, a win here for the Royals will ensure that they finish in one of those prized positions, 1 or 2. An opportunity to go straight through to the final if you win that qualifier, and if you don't, you get another shot at the title. And that, I'm afraid, is that. Spin has created carnage at the TU. The Royals continue along their merry way as the Rhinos have been dismissed for 120.
A win by 49 runs for the Royals. The only undefeated team in the tournament. They've collected their 6th victory on the bounce.
Yes.
Puneet Mehra, the introduction. He's got 3 wickets. 3 wickets for him, 3 courtesy the run-outs. Royals have decimated the Rhinos tonight.
Akash, when we got on air about 30 seconds ago, Andrew Leonard said to you, as you got into the seat, I want you to bring some excitement to this box. And I think what he was hoping for was a close finish. You brought the excitement.
And we got an early finish. I can tell you, 80% people in this stadium right now are Royals fans. They don't mind one bit. They wanted annihilation, they wanted domination, and they wanted decimation of the opposition. And that's exactly what the Royals have delivered. This team in yellow is unstoppable. With the bat, with the ball, in the field, run-outs, they've been all over the Rhinos.
3 changes to their side today. They were unchanged all the way through the tournament. They make 3 changes because you feel they're in the qualifiers and they're going to give some opportunities to some of their young and up-and-coming players. But still, they win convincingly. I bet you that man, Dipendra Singh Ari, as well as the management, will be hoping that this tournament doesn't go in a similar path to last year's one, where they only had the 1 loss in the league stage. They looked unbelievable, unbeatable, and then they lose to the Bolts in the final. So far, they look exactly that, unbeatable.
Dipendra Singh Ari, yes, you mentioned the changes. He himself came slightly lower down the order, played a little cameo. Lynn was retired out in the end. But this is how it started. The first run out, that was Dipendra Singh Ari's brilliance. David Malan was the man dismissed on 6. Arjun was dismissed on 16. 29 from Bopara. There was a glimmer of hope at that point in time, his partnership with Dev Kanal. But then it was a procession of sorts in the end. 90621 sounds like a telephone number. 120 is all the Rhinos have managed.
Nothing really to speak of, to be honest, when you're chasing 170. Bopara and Kushal Mala, they threatened, so did Bopara and Dev Kunal. But the rest just faded away as the run rate required got steeper and steeper and steeper.
As many as 7 bowlers introduced today. Dipendra Singh Ari started the bowling, got a wicket. Hikmat Mahara had a success, only bowled 2 overs. Harmeet Singh was wicketless, bowled the only bowler to actually bowl his quota of 4 overs. Puneet Mehra was introduced the last, and he had the last laugh. Took 3 wickets in just 2.1 overs. Ishan Pandey, the doctor, he had one as well.
A successful opening partnership in the previous match, Dawood Malan and Arun Saud. Couple of boundaries to get things going, but this man was always going to have a say. He is quite brilliant. One of the best ground fielders on the planet. Dipendra Singh Airy. Saif Zaid joined, but he went quickly. That was Arun Saud's dismissal, excuse me. Hikmat, who was brought into the side, the young man who came from obscurity to knock over a potential England international in Saif Zaid. Kushal Malik, well caught by Dipendra Singh Airy at extra cover, and you thought, well, Papara's got to do it all by himself if they're going to win.
That was always a bridge too far. Got a reprieve there. Some lusty blows, good hitting, but perished in the end. Courtesy this catch, Harmeet Singh. Dev Kanal tried his best. It was always going to be a bit too far for the chasing team. The ball was still spinning, turning away. A quick stumping. He was on a hat-trick. Puneet Mehra, and then a team hat-trick. 2 wickets, consecutive balls, and then followed by a run-out. We had as many as 3 run-outs in this innings.
And here's one more. But their ground fielding was exceptional throughout the evening. The throwing, utilising of the square to create pace for the ball, to skip to the keeper, and then the last one out. Bowled out for 120. A very professional performance, a thorough performance from the Royals. So it was the Rhinos that won the toss, and they said to the Royals, you go have first hit. Chris Lynn, the Australian, for the first time in this tournament, made an impact. Unfortunately, he had to limp off, retired hurt for 75. Dipendra Singh Airy and Arif Sheikh gave the impetus that the innings required. Saif Zaid was the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 35. And in reply, the Rhinos, well, they were undone by a brilliant bowling performance, an exceptional fielding performance, bundled out for 120. The Royals win by 49 runs. Well, that's been a whole lot of fun and excitement. We're going to have a quick break, and when we come back, the post-match presentation.